The dialogue and the debate is who is the face of women boxing? Well, Claressa Shields, aka Flavor Flav, Foofy with a wig, believes that she's the face of women boxing. Alycia Baumgardner feels like she's the face of women boxing. But if you want my take, ladies and gentlemen, if you want my take, I say it's a collective unit. I feel Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Claressa Shields, Alycia Baumgardner, Chantel Cameron, Shadeja Green, French on Crew de Jeune, Michaela Mayer, Tiara Brown. They all faces of women boxing. Right? And shout out to MVP, Most Valuable Promotion, who's done a wonderful job to enhancing and giving a platform for women boxing. I think if it was for MVP, I think that women boxing would probably be, dead. But it's only two that's mentioning and self-proclaiming that they are the faces of the face of women boxing, and that's Claressa Shields and Alycia Baumgardner. So if I would have to choose from the two, to be honest, I will choose Alycia Baumgardner. Some of y'all may disagree and stuff like, well, but look at the accomplishment of Claressa Shields and stuff like that. She's been doing it longer than Alycia Baumgardner. We're talking about right now. Remember, the face of women boxing, not the face of chaos, not the face of Papoose, the relationship of Papoose, Remy Martin, you know what I'm saying, going to the studio, recording wax songs and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying, you should ask Papoose to write you a song to go back and diss Remy Ma, Papoose's wife that been dissing you. But anyway, remember, we're talking about boxing. And when we're thinking about Alycia Baumgardner, we're thinking about boxing. When we're thinking about Claressa Shields, we're thinking about chaos, thinking about drama. We're thinking about everything else outside of the sport of boxing. So if she's the face of boxing, we're not talking about who's the face of outside of the sport of boxing. We're talking about the face of women boxing. And to be the face of women boxing also is, are you an ambassador? I don't attach ambassador to Claressa Shields. She does not uplift anybody in women boxing. She be the one that's actually devalue women boxing when there is a great event like we had this past Friday, Madison Square Garden, with Alycia Baumgardner versus Shin, Lanny Daniels versus Shadeja Green, and prayers go out to Shadeja Green that she gets well. She was the only negative voice in the whole sport that has a credible voice, downing every woman in that card, calling everybody an amateur. When we had the all-woman card in Madison Square Garden, the trilogy of Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, she said that she'll be everybody. She downplayed that. She downplayed the numbers. She downplayed everything that is success outside of her success in women boxing. She downplays it all. So how can that be the face of women boxing? Is everything that comes out of her mouth is to devalue, disrespect all the women, like she did in this past on Friday, and the entire women boxing. She's for self. Claressa Shields is the face of Claressa Shields. Alycia Baumgardner, compared to the two, is the face of women boxing. You understand? Put it this way. What can Claressa Shields do anyway? What is people looking forward for Claressa Shields in her next fight? I mean, look, unfortunately, Shadeja Green, who was her big fight, that could have been her, you know what I'm saying, her Muhammad Ali to George Frazier, right? Her Mayweather to Manny Pacquiao, you know what I'm saying? You should have taken the fight. She didn't think it was a good fight at the time, because she had this triangle theory that, hey, if Franchon Crew de Jeune beat Shadeja Green, why should I fight Shadeja Green? I'm fighting Franchon Crew de Jeune for the 5th time. And shout out Franchon Crew de Jeune. But Claressa Shields just had Franchon Crew de Jeune's number. You know what I'm saying? There's just other fighters that, Franchon Crew de Jeune is 168 undisputed. She's going to be a future Hall of Famer. But what I'm saying is, but she had her numbers, not the fight that we wanted Claressa Shields to see. We thought one of the biggest fights in women boxing was Claressa Shields versus Shadeja Green, and she downplayed Shadeja Green. And unfortunately, because of her ducking Shadeja Green and ducking the MVP offer, she went with win records. What has win records done with women boxing? So she went against a company that gave her a great offer that was elevating women boxing. ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports in this side of the pond, has given the machine and the platform for women boxing, and she thought about herself. Manny Serrano, Alycia Baumgardner, Showtown Cameron, and all the plethora of ladies, Tiara Brown and all of them, they all signed to MVP because they value what MVP was doing for women boxing, and MVP value what these women brings to the table. And ESPN, the network, understood what women could do and could inspire, and they believe in these women, and they are invested in women boxing. So how can and Alycia Baumgardner is one of the golden goose. The golden goose, let's be real, let's be honest. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano is on their way out, right? Amanda Serrano has stated that this is going to be her last year. She done it all. She has nothing to prove. She has nothing to prove but to give a younger fighter like Alycia Baumgardner a passing of the torch fight, right? At this stage of their career, because come on, Amanda Serrano is already a walking Hall of Famer, seven-division world champion, one of the most decorated champions in history of the sport of boxing, male or female. Got 2 more fights left. Two more knockouts. If she get a knockout, she ties Christy Martin for the most knockout in boxing, in women boxing history. And I don't even think that the way the boxing is structured that anybody will break that record or even come close to Christy Martin and Amanda Serrano. We sure know Claressa Shields got 3 knockouts, man. She need 2 lifetimes, 3, 4, 5 lifetimes to catch up. So when it comes to the face of women boxing, and then what's forward? What we look forward from Alycia Baumgardner to enhance her legacy and enhance and bring and sustain the eyeballs in the sport of boxing. See, they look at Alycia Baumgardner because they want to see her and they want to see her fight. They respect her for what she does in the ring. It's not about her relationships. It's not about what she does outside of the ring. It's not about her other extracurriculums outside of the ring. They look at Alycia Baumgardner as a boxer, an accomplished fighter that could talk the talk and walk the walk, that looks good in and out the ring. Somebody that can inspire a whole generation of women coming up. Claressa Shields. What's next for her? Let's talk about the next fights. Lauren Price. Claressa Shields' next fight, Lauren Price. Shout out to Lauren Price, an Olympian. But you got to come down because there's no fights out there, right? So you got to come down for Lauren Price at the Lauren Price performance. No pun intended, but that's not a fight that we wanted to see. You was never attached to Lauren Price. No, Claressa Shields going to go life and death trying to promote that this is a significant fight for her. So she needs to come down to 160. All right. And after Lauren Price, what is the biggest fight that she say that is a big fight for her? Michaela Mayer. Okay. So those are the 2 big fights because she already have written out Shadasia Green. Even before she lost, she was not going to fight Shadasia Green. Next, even if Shadasia Green would have beat Lanny Daniels, knock out Lanny Daniels, she was going to go down to the 160-pound division, just like she went to promote the Lauren Price, and they had a face-off out there in the UK. So she was not going, she didn't even go to, she was in New York City, and she didn't even go to the fight. She was not going to fight Shadasia Green next. We probably was never going to see that fight, right? So she was going for Lauren Price and then Michaela Mayer, who's going to be fighting Chantel Cameron in a wonderful fight. And shout out to also Amanda Serrano, going to be fighting Han in May 30th in El Paso, Texas. And shout out to Holmes as well. So Michaela Mayer. But who beat Michaela Mayer? Alycia Baumgardner. If those are the 2 big fights left for Claressa Shields, this is the fights that she's promoting. If Michaela Mayer is your big fight, even if you win, because Claressa Shields believe in triangle theories, right? Why should she fight Shadasia Green if she lost to Franchon Crew de Jeune? So then why would she believe that she's the face of women boxing in comparison to Alycia Baumgardner? What, if you beat Michaela Mayer, you just beating Alycia Baumgardner's leftovers. So you don't get a up in beating a Michaela Mayer, and that is your big fight that you're saying. That is your biggest fight. There is no more fights left for Claressa Shields. That's why she has to come down all the way back down to the 160-pound division. Maybe you should have stayed in the 160-pound division and then easily make your way back down to where all the ladies was at. But you ain't want to go to the 147-pound division because that time you said that you didn't want to lose your booty. Because that's the only thing probably, paraphrase that, only attractive about you. That you a woman, that you don't got no rest. That's what you said. So it could have easily went down to the 154, 147 on the catch weight. And you would have had, it probably would have never been in the Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. Maybe it would have been Katie Taylor and Claressa Shields to ignite and enhance the sport of boxing. But it wasn't. It was Amanda Serrano daring to be great, moving up 2 to 3 division up to face Katie Taylor, which a lot of people believe that Amanda Serrano won the first 2 fights. The third fight, of course, no debate. Katie Taylor won that fight. But that's the reason why there was a trilogy. Also, Alycia Baumgardner, alongside with Amanda Serrano and Chantel Cameron, has elevated the sport of boxing. They take the sacrifices that you wasn't willing to take. They dropped their undisputed crown because they wanted to elevate and empower women boxing by fighting 3 rounds. Now, Claressa Shields was making fun of Alycia Baumgardner, saying that she looked like an amateur, in which that was all false and being a hater because Alycia Baumgardner performed very, very well under 3 minutes per round, something that Claressa Shields, you have not done. So if you look at it, it seems like comparing that she fights 3 minutes, 10 rounds, and you fight 2 minutes, 2 minutes per round, feels like amateur to me. Compare, right? If you could compare, she fights 3 minutes, you fight 2, you look at the amateur, right? It's just like if a fighter fights championship bout, 12 rounds, and this fighter fights 8 rounds, or you still not up to the level. So, Alycia Baumgardner is enhancing and helping enhance, of course, the trailblazer, Amanda Serrano, right? But she knows how to follow the blueprint to enhance the sport, bring equality for women boxing. She's classy, she's respectable, and also we got to add this. We were talking about earlier the investment. ESPN, the wild leader in sports, they got the machine. They will promote Alycia Baumgardner. They highly invested in women boxing. If Salida Promotion has the money to promote you on social media and stuff like that, we don't see it. What about Win Records? I mean, we don't see the promo. You got to attach your name to MVP fighters. Caroline Dubois, one of the faces of women boxing as well. Caroline Dubois is one MVP. If you really wanted Caroline Dubois, why wouldn't they offer, when Records offer Caroline Dubois an offer? Only reason you got a bonus and a $3 million bonus, it was because, not because of your skills, it's because you was the person that could facilitate that deal. If Claressa Shields wasn't effing a married man, she would have never got that bonus. You know, I guess certain people have to do certain things to get what they want. Your skills didn't get you the bonus. Your kitty cat did. That's just the facts. But anyway, so everything that people are gaining has to be with the skills, hard work, dedication. And a girl like Alycia Baumgardner made it straight from the mud. No hype, no co-signer, no big promotional company, hyping her. She was the underdog. Everything she earned, not given. Nothing was given to Alycia Baumgardner, the underdog. She rised above all. So when it comes to women boxing, the face of women boxing, compare In comparison between Claressa Shields and Alycia Baumgardner, as much as all Olympian of Claressa Shields and the things that she has accomplished, that's of the past. Claressa Shields is moving backwards while Alycia Baumgardner is moving forward and moving women boxing forward. Soon she will be moving up. Alycia and Claressa Shields will be moving down. There is no opponent to enhance the legacy of Claressa Shields. I know boxing very, very well. You could say you're 5-division world champion. Cool, you are. But I also know how you got the 5-division world champion and why the light heavyweight division belt was on the line, that was just sitting around there. So you could Claressa Shields could hoodwink people outside of the sport of boxing, but not pundits like myself. So as of right now, Alycia Baumgardner is the face of women boxing when it comes to Claressa Shields or Alycia Baumgardner. But my initial opinion is that is a collective unit. Will they be somebody that will, make it to just being a single person, almost like when Canelo Alvarez was. But even with Floyd Mayweather there was Manny Pacquiao, right? When there was Oscar De La Hoya, it was a Mike Tyson around. Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. So it's always a collective. But and put it this way. Moving forward, how much you want to bet that everybody that fights Alycia Baumgardner will make the most that they ever made? Franchon Crew de Jeune just exposed Claressa Shields that her fight, that wasn't the most that she ever made. So how can you be the face of boxing and maybe the cash cow and talking about, oh, well, you did sold out Detroit, Little Caesar Arena, if you can't even give Franchon Crew de Jeune her highest paid purse? Have you ever heard Canelo Alvarez not giving his opponent the highest paid purse, or Floyd Mayweather, or Oscar De La Hoya, or... So, as of right now, Alycia Baumgardner is trending because of boxing. Claressa Shields is trending because she's the side piece and the mistress of Papoose. Alycia Baumgardner is the face of women boxing. Who's more famous? Claressa Shields. But she's not the face of women boxing, in my opinion. Let me know what y'all think. It's Punch on Boxing, a.k.a. Mr. Moonshine himself. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, leave your comments what you feel in the comment section, whether you agree, disagree. We can have a further dialogue. We can go live. Let me know what y'all think, man. Love y'all. God bless. God first, everything second. Fight plus survive equals true champions. The best investment you can make in your life is have God in your heart. Prayers to all. Shout out to Shadeja Green. Hopefully she gets better soon.